Hi everyone, welcome to Kachai podcast. Another episode after a long time.
Episode 3.
Episode
But we're
3.
making progress.
We're making progress.
Yeah.
I feel like we're making progress. We in comparison to what the postponing we've done
I know.
in the last years. This is progress.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Mhm.
My name is Mel, and this is my sister,
Mim.
and we are here as the host of Kachai.
Yeah.
And so today we start with pulse check
As usual, pulse check. Yeah.
Pulse check,
When you
yes.
come to Kachai, it's about KB. We talk about life. We talk about the fun of life. One day we'll talk about even the harder things. But it's a place where we sit down and have tea together.
Yes.
Pulse check. I'll ask you first. What is exciting in your life now?
Exciting. I don't know. Can exciting be work?
Whatever makes you excited is making you excited.
What's making me excited? Planning. We're planning something with my friends, which is happening in October. But the planning is so exciting. I like the planning.
It's a workplace thingy or with friends?
With my closest friends.
Yeah,
we are planning a trip. We're planning a trip in October, and that is really exciting. So I'm one of those who's just accepting. There's a certain thing that was going on social media about there's someone who is like the Miriam and the Mel. One is the planner, and one sits back and just agrees. You would be the planner.
God save my soul.
Right now, she's sending me and saying, this is the hotel. What do you guys think? I'm like, yes. So I'm just excited about that. That's the planning.
I'm praying for that grace. Yeah. For me, what is exciting in my life? Habemos papam. I spent I think almost 24 hours last week looking at a chimney. Even the birds came and went. Those who watched it, birds came, they're like, these people are not electric, we are going. Me, I was on the chimney. Even when I was working, my screen was running in silence. I was peeping on the side. Funny enough, one day a friend of mine came for a meeting, an online meeting, Ivan, and he was wearing a black shirt with a white thing. I was like, wait, guys, we need to stop this meeting. I need to tell Ivan something. Anyway, so excited that we have a new pope.
Yes, we do.
It's a great thing. And for those who are Catholics, you really get us. It's just nice it's like having a father, a father figure on earth. And especially since Jesus said, this is the person has the keys to heaven, and that's the succession. And I think for me, it's seeing how this thing has been going on for thousands of years.
From St. Peter.
Exactly. And it just goes on. So for me, that is a big deal. It's really exciting. Yeah. If you look at my YouTube history right now, it is Conclave, Pope Francis, Pope Leo.
Can you imagine how many children are going to be called Leo?
Exactly,
I got caught up in a baptism on Sunday, and there was a Leo already, but I was like, that kid too grown to be called Leo. I'm sure they changed his name.
They're like, you know what? I'm baptizing you, and you Pope, you get the names.
Yeah, but that was super, super exciting.
It is. Yes. And also, since he's like 69, that's going to be like another 20-something years. The average age of death, I always think in terms of numbers of our popes is like 80-something. So for the next 25 years. So next Jubilee year, I think might be the
calculating the man's life.
So that is really exciting for me. It's really brought a lot of excitement this week.
That's really, it's a lot of excitement. It's a lot of people asking questions and people throwing in ideas for online. And then I decided, let me stop listening and just keep going forward. It's exciting. That's really cool. So today we have a topic that I've had to talk about. Here and there. For some reason, I don't know why we never used to hear about it before we got here. I never did.
Right, that's true, right?
I didn't hear people talk about it.
It's like our parents went through it without us knowing. I never used to sing happy birthday every year.
But now, maybe, I don't know if millennials and Gen X are talkers or something, but now everyone talks about,
I know,
life at 40.
Life at 40, but the funny thing, life expectancy in Uganda when we were kids used to be like 40-something. I think.
You'd be like in the sunset of your life back in that day.
So life at 40.
Yeah, yes. So we're here today to talk about life at 40. We're both in our 40s now.
Yeah.
I am now 43.
Me, I don't even know how old I am. But
by the way, I know you keep forgetting.
Yeah, from the time I think I turned like 38, I forgot. Like real forgetting, not of pretending. And then COVID comes and we have 2 dead years. But I'm turning 48. In July. In July, what's funny? Last year, because the brother who follows me is 2 years younger than me. And his birthday is in April. So last year, when he turned whatever age it was, I can't even remember, I sent him a message and said, hey, Paul, happy birthday. And I mentioned the age. He's like, okay, you mean, it was 45 that time. And I was like, oh gosh, every document where I've written my age this year so far, I've written the wrong age.
But for me, I'm turning 44 this year.
Yes, because you're 4 years younger than me.
Which means NSSF, I'm coming.
I know.
In a year.
Mim has a long story.
For those of us who have worked for so long anyway. So here comes midterm already. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So right? I feel like I am 35.
That's true.
But I know because that things people do and you're like
I can't be doing that. Let me tell you a funny NSSF story. So I think it was late last year, I was trying to check my NSSF, the app. And then I looked at it and it said something like 13 years to retirement. Then I told Tommy is my husband, and I told me this thing has a problem. How can it be 13 years? He asked me, do you know how old you are?
Fighting numbers, like, no, I respectfully disagree.
I know. I was like, yeah. Okay, but okay, now I believe.
Yeah, but so many people tend to refer to 40 as a crisis. Do you feel like it's a crisis?
I don't think so. For me, it's really been exciting. While I don't really know how old I am, I feel like birthdays in the 40s are more exciting.
Yeah.
It's like you're like knocking down milestones. So for me, honestly, it's not been a crisis. Maybe unless I enjoy crisis. So I'm in a crisis mood and enjoy the time. So that yeah, for me, I don't think it's a crisis. What about you? How has it felt?
In the 40, I turned 40 the year after lockdown, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
2021.
21.
Yes.
So
in the middle of the lockdown for Uganda.
When the lockdown. So it didn't really click for a while. Then later on, I don't know if it's a crisis. I tend to look when I'm online and look at things, I see people in their 30s talking about how they would rather be home. I'm like, you're 32.
I know.
How, I don't know, they're tired. I'm like
you're so young.
What kind of 30s did I have? Because I feel like that is an exciting part of being in your 30s, and you can't be complaining right now.
I know, but
yeah, so I feel in your 40s, you have the right to complain that your left knee is better than your right knee. But in your 30s, no.
I know. But I think, Mel, what is funny for me is sometimes I feel like I missed my 30s. The 30s just went.
You were busy.
Married, pregnant, like all the time, and breastfeeding all the time. And then I think also the shifting countries and then dealing with, because our kids are really back to back. I feel that I almost don't remember being 30 at all. I remember my 20s like really well. And my 30s, I actually don't remember them.
Wow.
It's weird, but I always look back and I'm like, you know what? I actually don't remember my 30s as well. Maybe that's why I'm excited about being 40. Because like I really
now you're living it.
You know? So I'm on catch-up mode.
My 30s, I remember quite well. Because I think the year I moved back from Ngulu to work in Kampala, I got a better job. I felt it was paying like good money at the time. And I felt I could save more and
have more fun, not worrying about the bank balance.
My friends invited me to do, I remember when I used to talk about Mizizi.
Yes.
I used to go for that. I reconnected with friends I'd not seen in a long time. We ended up on stage. I was acting in the National Theatre. I still go camping. Okay. There was a lot of camping. So I did a lot in my 30s.
That's so true.
There was a high part of being in my 30s, but there was also job losing. Job losing. In my 30s, there was that period of not working.
Yes, I remember.
Like, really? Now? So my 30s were down. So right now, my 40s have been quite calm. Please stay that calm.
Amen in Jesus' name. From your lips to
God's ears. Yes. So I feel like it's not a crisis. Yeah. So so what actually changes?
What actually changes?
What actually changes?
I think what hits differently. I think for me, it was the point where, sometimes it sounds really cliche when they say you stop caring about what people think.
Yeah.
For me, that was the thing, right? It's like suddenly I'm like, you know what? If they are caring about what I'm doing, I don't care. But most of the time, people are so engrossed in their own personal things that actually they're not caring about what you think they're caring about.
You realize that they're not caring.
Exactly.
You think they are,
but they're actually not. So I think for me, that was a big thing. I became more vocal. There were things that I would see happening in before, and I'd be like, you know what? but I've become the more vocal person. Like if things are not going on well, I'm like, I'm going to mention that. I know sometimes my neck is on the line for it, but I'm like, I'm going to mention it. What are you going to do to me anyway? So I think that has been great. I think I've been more adventurous. I never used to wear makeup, by the way. Now that I look back, in my 30s, I was looking at old photographs, but now I'm like, I'm going to wear the makeup. I'm going to wear the trousers. Sometimes they're like, oh, you're always in trousers. And like, because I like them, right?
You know? No, those days you'd be like, oh, really? What? Yeah, I like pants.
Exactly. You're like, so I think for me, that has been a big thing. And also, I think looking at the big picture, there were things the kids would do before that would really stress me out. But now I'm looking at them like, you know what? You will be okay. Or if you've lost your stuff, sorry, you deal with it. So what about you? Do you feel like things have changed? What has changed?
What has changed is I feel like I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
Like attending a wedding, I really don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm going for some function, the birthday that starts at 9 p.m.
I know.
I'm not coming.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I will say I'm not coming.
Yeah.
And I used to say I'm not coming because then, you know, if now I just say, nah, I'm not coming. Yeah. Why? I'm not coming.
Exactly. the word no becomes a real full sentence with a full stop and you move on.
There's some people who I'll explain, like people, it has to be a close friend. There are some people who, no, we have this function, is happening, this, okay, enjoy.
True.
Enjoy means I will not be there.
Exactly.
So I realized that I don't have to.
That's the thing. Like, and I've also become more of,
what about
go on.
Novels. I used to feel like I had to finish a novel.
Oh my gosh, me too.
My gosh. I read, I'm like, this is boring. I don't have to.
I do one chapter. If you haven't caught me at the end of chapter 1, I'm done. Those days I'd be like, Bambi, this book has started you and the author wrote. So let me read.
Let's finish, please. I don't have to.
No.
Like this is no. I don't like the themes. I'm out.
Exactly.
I feel no. I'm out.
Even audiobooks, if the narrator sounds lousy, and
like, by the way,
no matter whether it's a New York Times bestseller,
as soon as the person narrating sounds,
no, sorry, I'm not.
I'm not going to be here for 12 hours. No, and I just move on. I would just go through it. I'm like, Bambi, Hallmark movies. I'd be like, but these people acted. Let me watch.
Yeah.
And you know how it's going to end, but you're there.
Yeah, I'm like, if the cheese is flowing too much, I'm like, next movie. Next.
So yeah, that has, I don't know if it's being in my 40s or people say your BS meter is full.
Completely, yeah. Like,
just
no, I'm just closing tabs, so anything new, no thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I feel turning 40 has done for me. So in terms of generations, what do you think our parents did differently? First of all, they didn't go through 40 personally. Like
exactly, right?
What?
Because sometimes I look at the stuff they used to do because now I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, they were in their 40s when they're doing that. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
First of all, dealing with full houses. Most of us who grew up those days, they were always relatives in the home. We all know that, you know. And yet me, sometimes I'm coming home, I'm like, even my own kids are too many. You know?
Yeah. So and these guys come and your mother-in-law is around. Exactly. Your sister's 3 kids are around. Meanwhile, they've come unannounced.
And then indefinitely. Yeah.
They've brought the bag and
they've
arrived.
And you're having to be polite. And you had many kids. We guys were 6 biological and plus everyone else. So I think, I don't know if they felt the stress and were just able to hide it. But one thing, you know, mom and dad would go out on a date every time. And I think sometimes they used to go out maybe unplugged.
To just like get away from us.
And then I remember at some point when we were younger, and I think they were early 40s, they used to eat in the living room.
Yeah.
And we had
a dining kitchen.
I think they were unplugging from
the realization that people are unplugging from you. You're like, oh, that's it.
I do. Did you observe anything though?
No, I realized I didn't. Not really. I guess I felt like these are just parents leaving.
Yeah.
But when after I turned 40, I'm like, mommy had 6 kids at this.
I know. Teenagers.
And a full-time job.
I know.
And she used to crochet for the chair.
Yes.
Like at what time?
You're like,
at what time?
Want to come home and flop into the chair.
We were in different schools. Yeah. We have different characters. Some were in boarding schools. Some were in
different boarding schools, you know.
And every holiday would come with so many different things. Maybe people are flunked. People need to change schools. people need to change schools, because if I have flunked, my mindset is, well, I'm going to go back and we try again. Their mindset is, how do I what do we do to get this one to do better?
That's the thing. Like maybe change the environment. That was their default, by
change the environment, change this. So, and this one is getting big-headed. This one is in university. This is so. When I look back, I feel like, my God, this people loved us.
I know, right? I know. And if you think about it, it was, I don't want to call it lonely, maybe because we're outgoing, I'll call it lonely. These days, like if I'm stressed by home things, whatever, I can go on WhatsApp and the WhatsApp group with my friends, and we are chatting and we are laughing.
Who are you calling back in the day with that landline?
That's the thing,
which
right?
your teenager is on, by the way.
Exactly.
Talking to someone she has been in school with the whole day.
We are doing homework 2 hours.
Oh wow, there was nobody really to call. Exactly. And when you think about it, there are very few friends who we all know, still know up to now. So it might have, I don't know if it was, we should ask them.
Yeah, their real proggy was really just the two of them. And then our school events. And you guys, school events, now being a parent, we watch school events because we love our children. Some of those shows, and you're like, what are we doing?
If your child is not jumping up and down in there, you're like, what is happening?
So that's like the only proggy. It would be nice to ask them though in person.
Yeah.
So I think, guys, look out. We're going to have a session where we meet them. Thank God they're still both alive and together. We'll have a session and just hear from them what their 40s like.
What were their 40s like? Because by the time 6 kids.
I know.
Plus relatives' kids.
I know.
A full-time
plus
job.
Work.
Plus being a wife.
Yeah.
What? Okay, we need to ask them those questions.
True.
Do they watch this? If they do,
they do. Mommy and Daddy, you prepare your answers because we are coming.
So, I think maybe that's about it. Another thing for me that I feel has taken me out is my metabolism.
Yeah.
What is that?
I know.
What, like, I used to maybe walk a few kilometers, maybe in 1 month. I promise you could see that.
That is it. May I just get off coke and fit in a dress in 2 weeks.
Lent would pass and you could tell.
I know.
Madam has been fasting.
I know.
Now Lent ends and I'm still looking old, beautiful and shiny. Like, really.
I know. And now I'm looking back, and there was a time when I was like, my gosh, I'm overweight in my 70s. That was like literally in my 30s, the end of my 30s. I'm like, I'm trying to lose weight.
You look at photos and you're like,
I'm like, when did this happen? I have some cute dresses that in faith one day will fit in. But I've had to allow, you see, African things that carry everyone. But I'm like, what is that even, right?
And which makes me feel like we should appreciate now, because this person might not be.
That's the thing.
15th person.
That's the thing. So I'm like, no, let me enjoy what I am today, because you never know. I'll look at photos and say, I wish I was that size again.
Right? That size or that person or whatever. So yeah.
That's so true. And also for me, the other thing that I really have found has happened to me is brain fog. I used to be that kind of person who would meet someone once. I remember your name, I remember your face and certain details about you, even the conversations we had. These days, almost on a weekly basis, I meet someone, I'm like, my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. They're like, but we've met before. I'm like, yeah, it's nice to meet you again. But I'm like, honestly, I could swear we have never met before. So for me, that brain fog, and sometimes like I'm having a conversation and a word disappears. And I'm like, I know that word and it doesn't come back.
And it can be very annoying when you used to be really fast.
Yeah. So for me, that was quite a shocker. And I've had to go through acceptance. And now I use a lot of technology to help reminders. My calendar and to-do list, I like have everything written down. Otherwise, I genuinely forget. Or I have to like struggle to keep reminding myself, you have to do this, you have to do this. So it's also exhausting.
So you put in mitigating things to help with that.
Yeah. So acceptance for me has been the thing, but it's so real. Forgetting names, forgetting things.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think the thing that I hate is I've concentrating to read a physical book. I used to read. You need to see my bookshelf. I would read novels. I like novels. I like self-help books. I can point 3 that I've read fully. Novels are novels, but now it takes me so long to just concentrate and read it. I don't know if that is being in my 40s or my brain has been rotted by social media.
Brain rot.
There's that, because they just concentrate and read. So I do tend to, that screen thing that your phone has, that I got it from
Pomodoro, the timer?
Yeah, it locks. I lock my apps.
Yes, yeah.
That is what I've done to help. Lock my apps and then concentrate and say, I'm going to read for an hour.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've learned a lot, even from fiction.
True.
So I need to do that to be able to concentrate and read. So I'm not sure if it's my 40s or social media.
Social media could be in research. You have to now control for the other thing, you know. For me, I think that also happened to me. I do more audiobooks now, but this year I challenged myself because I want the kids to see me actually reading, because I'm telling them you have to read physical books. So I'm trying to do one a month, either a physical book or a book on Kindle. It takes me much longer to finish the book, but I'm trying. I'm like, I need to get back to actually reading.
I hear you.
True.
So now that we're in our 40s, are you in mid or at the end of 40s?
I'm on the northern hemisphere of 40s. I think tropical.
I've just started. So you blink and you're at the end.
I know.
Do you feel pressure to achieve more?
Initially, yes, but not anymore. I think I'm at that point where I'm like allowing life to happen. Allowing life to happen. And actually, I had imposter syndrome for a long time. Maybe we'll have a session on that one day.
Yeah.
But I feel of late it has eased up. I'm like, I'm doing my best right now. So every day, when the day ends, I'm like, did I do my best today? And if that is done, then that is it.
Yes.
I know at a point, I began to think about ageism. Late last year when we traveled to the US, I was talking to my former boss, and he said in his workplace, he's beginning to feel the ageism. Actually, he was asking me about it. And I took a step back, and for a second, I was like, okay, for how long am I going to remain relevant? And that bothered me a bit, like relevant in the workplace. Is there going to be a time when I need to apply for a job and I can't get it because of my age? But it shook me for a second there, because I looked at this guy. He's been my boss for over 20 years. He's the smartest person I know. I was going to say one of the smartest person I know. And I'm like, if this one's institution, an academic institution, is beginning to treat him that way because of age, he's not even 70, by the way, then what about me, you know? So that bothered me a bit. But I asked my question, okay, relevant for whom? I can still be relevant for myself. I can come up with things that I'm interested in and focus on that and pick up on other things. So once again, it was like regression to caring about what other people thought. And so, I think I'm in a good place right now. Do you ever feel pressure?
In the beginning, there was pressure. I guess it was one of those things of, is this it?
Oh, yeah.
Am I going to keep going to work? Come home, go to work. Is this it? And there's that pressure of motivational speakers. I hope you're listening. These things of your master's is, how can it be, have a master's of 2012? Excuse me?
I know, right? Who said what?
So there used to be pressure, but I realized the pressure was off, because I don't know, when there's certain things I'd listen to from motivational speakers, and I feel like, please stop telling people things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it pressures people for that.
It pressures people so much, because I feel like I don't have the pressure to do that. You should have a second lane of income and a third one. You must invest in bonds. You must have this. Do you know what people are going through in their own lives?
True.
And so I feel like the pressure was there in the beginning, but now not so much. Like you mentioned that thing of, because I feel like I'm still looking for another job. I feel like they're looking at my birthday. So when you now look for your birthday and you have to go.
Me, don't write my birthday. Keep that in mind.
These days you fill applications online and you have to click the thing.
It's $18.
So we have to be completely honest. So I feel like, is it my age holding me back? But I don't think so. I think the right person will know to higher maturity.
Exactly.
So I was like, maybe, but now I'm like, no, the pressure, I think it has gone, it has really faded, and it's not there anymore. I feel like if I want to do something, I get up and go and do it.
That's so
I want
true.
to camping, I'll get up and go
exactly.
and do it.
If you're healthy enough to do it, can afford it.
Yes, I want to go, I will go and do it. So, and I feel like telling the younger people, don't pressure yourself, but I'm like, maybe they should pressurize themselves. They'll learn, because they're not going to listen.
They want to
I'm sure someone told me, don't. And then I was like, please, you don't understand. I have places to go, people to see, management. And then now I'm like, oh, I should have paid attention. So the pressure is really.
That's so true. And you know, when I was going through that pressure, I also realized that there's a lot of stuff that I know technically, because I learned about it in school. But then I realized there's experience that I got because of years. Yeah. Because sometimes I'm talking to people in the workplace, they know the same stuff that I do.
Yeah.
But I help them, or I see a perspective they can't see, simply because of my experience. I remember one of my workmates in a 360 review said, I wish Miriam could record the things she has in her head. But I'm like, there's nothing. It's just that when I see something, the angles at which I see it is really because of my perspective.
Yeah.
But I think the other pressure that I felt, I've just remembered now, was pressure of running out of time.
Oh.
And very funny, it happened, the first time it happened was, I think it was last year, where in our church, they brought the relics of the Uganda martyrs. And the parish priest at the end of Mass said, the relics are here. And for those who want to see them, we're going to have them in front of the altar. Please queue and come and see them, because the next time they're going to be made public again is 40 years from now. So I tell the kids, guys, let's go line up to see the relics. And I tell them, it's either today or you have to wait 40 years. And guess what, Jeffy? So Jeff is our 10-year-old. He said, I'm willing to wait 40 years. We're lining up to see the things now. But I realized I don't have the luxury to say I will wait 40 years. So that, I was like, wait a minute. And even now when this new Pope was elected, I was like, 25 years. Like, this could easily be my last conclave. For anyone, it can be their last one. Yeah. But mine, because of age, it could potentially be given life expectancy.
I hear you.
So there's that sense of time. And what it's done for me is that it's made me more present. I'm like living
every single day
and enjoying it. Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. So maybe if I ask another thing, are you one of those people who want to advise your younger self? You think you would?
No, I don't think I would. I absolutely don't. I think I enjoyed each phase of life. I went through the pressure that I needed to go through then. Maybe the only advice I would give myself, which I think Jesus already told us, is that it will be well.
Yeah.
I've got
You're going to be fine.
Exactly. You're going to fall.
I think that's it. Yes. You're going to be fine.
Exactly. Yeah. You're going to fall, get up, dust yourself, but live and enjoy life. And I believe I did.
Yeah.
I really believe that I did. Yeah. What about you?
Wear sunscreen. That's all. Honestly, I think that's it. Just wear sunscreen. I started wearing sunscreen so late in life. I think growing up with our beautiful skin,
they always told us.
They assume the sun doesn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
Black don't crack for Americanas. I think if we started wearing sunscreen younger, it could have, because I have the benefits. I would have got the benefits earlier, but I have them now. But I feel like, just wear sunscreen. You'll be fine.
I have a secret. I need to start wearing sunscreen.
Yeah.
I'm starting.
You're so lucky, eh?
I'm starting.
You're so lucky.
I need to start wearing sunscreen. Next time you see us, I will be wearing sunscreen.
So I wear sunscreen. That's all I wear. So which I learned in life that you should wear sunscreen.
I know.
So that, just to protect yourself from the sunlight. I mean, our generation has basically depleted the ozone layer.
True.
We have destroyed our environment, and these rays are hitting us directly. So
and Mel harasses my kids to wear sunscreen.
And she's there listening quiet.
And I buy it for them. But anyway, so now I think we always learn something new. So I'm learning.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know if it's to close off.
Yeah.
What are you excited about?
What am I excited about?
This season of the 40s.
This season of the 40s. For these days, every day I'm healthy, I'm excited. Every day that I'm able to get up and walk, and I'm also still excited that I can still wear heels. I love high heels. So
I like them, but
I love them. I love them. So I still like that. But I think excited knowing that even we've been given the blessing of life to live this long.
Yeah.
I'm excited to just live every day to the best. And I'm looking forward to turning 50, by the way. I've already told the family what I want. I want a trip, in case you haven't heard her here again. I want a trip to somewhere, and I want a nice party where there's a live band. What are you looking forward to?
Simple. You're very easy to please.
I just like people. Like, my love language is quality time.
Yeah.
So once I get to do something with people I love, that is enough for me.
Oh gosh, what
are you excited about?
What am I excited about? Living every day. When you talk about health, I know friends who are experiencing 40 very differently. I don't know, why don't we have gray hair?
Good point. I have like 3 or 2.
Okay. I'm just asking because I have friends who
completely
are already gray and totally gray. It's
losing hair.
There's nothing wrong with it. For me, it's different. I think genes
genetics
were different.
But yes. Sometimes stress,
yes. So I guess it's a difference. So I'm just excited about living every day. It's so present. Like I didn't know. You just awake. When I leave work, I'm going home to do this, to chill, to meet the nieces and nephews. It's Friday, they're home. It's meeting with my friends and we have such adult conversations. It's shocking.
But it's deep and enjoyable, right?
Yes, and we've known each other for so long, and sometimes we finish like, you guys, how did we get here? And it's just those things. It's just really those are exciting things, and looking forward to planning and doing things, like planning trips like I'm doing with my friends, planning camps, or planning your birthdays, or planning our birthdays, planning and doing things. I'm also looking forward to anything new. Like I tell people that I'll try anything once.
Apart from bungee jumping.
Once. Bungee, I'm going to try. Just
go
try.
With God. 10 photos.
I think it will be apart from skydiving. I don't know if maybe that one is I'm not sure.
But no, you're not tied to anything.
But they tie you to someone.
No, thank you.
We're both in the air. That's a problem. And you're the one in front, please not. So I know we're going to fall really hard and it will also get them, but I'm the one in front. So so it's one of those things. I'm excited to try new things as we go forward.
It's a blessing to be alive.
It's a blessing.
It really is.
Yeah. And I think maybe just one more thing. I'm excited about that I feel like we have a new relationship with our parents.
Oh, yes.
It feels different.
It's different. It really is different.
It used to be calls to be lectured. It just, when they'd call you, be like, oh,
exactly. No. What are they telling me? What have I done wrong? That.
And now it's like, why haven't you called? It's been so long.
That's for KB and talking about like really nothing.
Yeah. Talk about really nothing. We're building this, we planted coffee, we're doing this, but it's really exciting. It's such a blessing. I didn't realize it until later on, but
don't take
one of the things that I really, really like.
And I look forward to going to Golo so much. The kids were like, hey, you like going to Golo? I was like, don't you like coming home to see me? It's the same thing, we like going to see our parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then maybe one thing you're going to let go of.
One thing that I'm going to let go of. I think the thing I need to properly let go of is this thinking about time is limited. I need to soak myself more in, I have today, I'll enjoy it. Whatever happens in future, I can't control
it. And you keep thinking that you think you've got it. Like, I know time is, then you find yourself doing something just because you think there's no time.
That is it, So that is one thing I need to let go of, like thinking about time is limited for one, So I just need to enjoy today. Even Jesus says, who among you can add even a hair to your head by worrying about tomorrow? So it's like,
we know it. We know very well that you can't, but
exactly. So putting it into practice, that is the thing I'm going to let go of and just enjoy now. What are you going to let go of?
I'm a recovering people pleaser. Please not the word recovering, because I tend to fall back. But I'm going to let go of that. Like sometimes I fear telling people the truth because I think they're going to go away and never come back. So people pleasing. That is going to be something by 45. Doesn't mean I'm going to be unkind.
But you're going to look after yourself.
I'm going to look after myself because I find myself doing things I don't want to do just because, my gosh, so-and-so is going to feel this or that. It might seem like, and then also,
And I think what worked for me was learning that no is a false sentence. I said, no, unfortunately, no. Like people inviting me for things at the last minute, like, there is a party tomorrow, or this weekend, and it's Wednesday. I said, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. And that is enough.
I've done it once in a while. I feel winded when I do it.
But you see, the thing is, if you don't do it, then you
end up at some party.
You are at a party, you don't want to be there, you're resentful at that person for inviting you, you're resentful at yourself for showing up, like the whole thing.
Yes. So I've done it, but I feel like I should get better at this. I'm going to, it's something I've been working on for a while, by the way, for a long time. And I think by 45.
You will. And the other thing, Mel, that works that I've found is like giving myself distance from the request. I tell people, I'm like, can you give me some time to think about it? And within that time, I master the ability to say no. And with time, it becomes second nature. Exactly. So like, give me time to think about it.
Give me time.
Because if you answer on the spot,
so you guys, when I say that,
no, you know that I'm going to say no. Like it might be yes, but like this.
Yeah, could be just checking a calendar.
Yes. And many times I'm like, guys, I need to check my calendar. But also I tell people, if you want me for something, tell me early and send me a Google invite so I can lock it in my calendar. That's something I tell people over and over. And if you don't send the Google invite and I don't lock it on my calendar, it is not going to happen.
It means it's not happening.
So try that. It's worked for me and it becomes second nature to just say no, no, thank you. Unfortunately, no. Yeah.
So unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to practice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
We'll check on
and you can have to add that, unfortunately. Just say no.
Sometimes you want a long sentence, like unfortunately, no. Or if like they try to pressure me, I was like, no, and I said no, and like unfortunately, no.
I hear you.
Like I'm going to be a spoiled CD. No,
check
different versions of no.
Check on this friend.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's going to keep you accountable. Yes. So maybe you would like to close our conversation today. I feel like it's been longer than normal.
It's been longer than normal. There's just lots to say about 40s. And we'll have more sessions.
This is just an opening.
Exactly. It's just an opening. We'll have some more sessions with counselors, with doctors, even investors and motivational speakers. But it's been really great. Life in the 40s is great. Those who are about to turn 40. I have a funny friend. Let me just tell you this bit. I think she was turning 39 last year. And she said, it's my 30th birthday. We're like, hey, babe. 30. She's like, I just rounded off. On her cake, she had 30, like I rounded off. But this year she's like doing a full month celebration for her 40th birthday.
Yeah.
So turning 40 is a great thing. And like we tell the kids, there's nothing wrong with being old. It means God has allowed you to be alive. Because so many people have died along the way.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know where I saw it. It said that you either get older or
or you stop now. So just enjoy and remember, today is the youngest you're ever going to be. Ever. So thank you for watching. We enjoy this. Send us ideas of topics, share your experiences of life and at 40, both the positives and the negatives, and we will be glad to share.
Thank you
from Mim and
Mel.
Bye.
Bye.